Hello students, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jagdeep. In this video series, we are learning about market structures. In our previous video, we talked about price and output determination under monopolistic competition. In this video, we shall look at the short-run scenario of supernormal profit for the same market. So without wasting any time further, let's get started. So a monopolistic competition is a market structure where you would see large number of buyers and sellers. There are huge advertisement expenditures, they do have product differentiation, and there is free entry and free exit for potential firms in the market. What is a supernormal profit situation? A situation where you would see that average revenue is greater than average cost at the equilibrium level of output. We've already seen how the equilibrium level of output is determined. For those who do not know how it is to be determined, please take a look at the video somewhere in the link and you'd be able to see. Alright, now let's begin. So what are the two conditions for equilibrium? The two conditions for equilibrium are, first, marginal revenue is equal to marginal cost, that is condition number 1, and condition number 2 is marginal cost would cut marginal revenue curve from below, correct? So let's get to the drawing. So this here is the average revenue curve or the price curve, and if average revenue is falling, we know that marginal revenue would fall at a rate faster than average revenue. So the curve would lie below average revenue curve. This here is marginal revenue curve. Okay. Now to identify the equilibrium, we need to have the marginal cost curve. We already have the marginal revenue curve over here. Let's plot the marginal cost curve. This is the marginal cost curve, and we know that the point of intersection between marginal revenue and marginal cost, which is this, is the point where you will get the equilibrium price and quantity. Let's draw this on the diagram. So this is quantity. We stretch it up to touch the average revenue curve like this, and from here like this. So this is price at the equilibrium level, and this here is the quantity at the equilibrium level. Let us call this point as H. Okay. Now to be able to identify whether the firm is making supernormal profits or normal profits or any profit at all, we need to have an average cost curve in the diagram. So we carefully place the average cost curve in this diagram as well. Students, if you are watching this video on your mobile, please hit the hype button so YouTube could push this video to more learners just like yourself. If you find this video helpful, please consider using the thanks button below. Your support is super crucial for creating more high quality content and free for students like you. Thank you for all your support so far. Now let's draw the average cost curve. So for average cost, we need to remember that average cost and marginal cost would intersect at the point where average cost is at its minimum. Okay. So let's draw this. So let us say the average cost curve is falling until it touches the marginal cost curve, and from here it has to rise. So this is your average cost curve, the one in blue. Alright. So what is the supernormal profit situation? It is a situation where average revenue is greater than average cost at equilibrium level of output. So at this level of output, what is the average revenue and what is the average cost? Let's quickly take a look at that. So this here point H, this entire thing is the average revenue, and from this point onwards until here is the average cost. Let me drop a perpendicular there as well. I'll be using the same blue color so that we are able to identify. Let us say, I'll name these pointers as well. So let me call it as T and U. So this is point T and this is point U. Alright. So average revenue is equal to how much? It is equal to H QE, and average cost is equal to U QE, correct? At the point of equilibrium, this is the average cost and this is the average revenue. That means this whole segment that I am shading with brown is the supernormal profit. Let's jot that down. So supernormal profit is equal to what? PE, H, U and T. If we want to identify the total cost and total revenue segment as well, so ideally total cost is calculated as, in this case since we have average cost, we could say average cost times quantity. So average cost times quantity is this, okay, average cost is this and the quantity is this. So when you multiply this by this, the entire thing that you get is equal to O, this is the origin O, T, U, Q, E, and total revenue is equal to price times quantity, or you could say AR times quantity, which is equivalent to this entire thing, okay. So that is equal to O, PE, H, QE, alright. So this is how you would identify a supernormal profit. I would mark it in the diagram as well. So this entire thing here is the supernormal profit in the short run scenario for a monopolistic competitive market, okay. I hope it is easier to understand right now. However, if you still feel that this topic is challenging, you could join one of my online tutoring sessions. We could dive deep into these concepts, and just so that you know, I'm already working with students across countries like UAE, Qatar and Singapore. You could reach me directly at the number displayed on your screen. You could WhatsApp me over there and I'll get back to you, and you could get a 30-minute complimentary session from me, alright. Also, if you find learning through long videos difficult, you could follow me over my Instagram channel. I shall meet you in another video with the second segment under short run scenario, which is normal profit. Until then, bye now. Take care.